Do you ever wonder why some brands hit the bar high while others just can't get their shot right?
Here at the Brand Bar, we've seen how the right strategy can make a brand unforgettable and how the wrong one can fall flat.
With years of experience crafting and elevating some of the most impactful brands in the game, we're here to give you the inside scoop on what makes marketing magic happen.
We're not just sharing wins, we're serving up the strategy behind them so you can build a brand that breaks the mold and raises the bar for what's possible.
This is the Brand Bar podcast, hosted by yours truly, Katrina Jo
and Jakiya Brown-Chow.
Hey guys, welcome to the Brand Bar podcast. This is our first episode ever. Yes! We are so excited. This is Jakiya's first podcast.
I'm a newbie.
Hey girl, welcome to the podcast world.
Thanks.
How are you feeling?
So official.
Yes, we
Give
are
me a mic.
Yes,
I'm
girl.
ready.
Yes, we are in New York. Filming together. We reunited. Jakiya flew in. Girl, tell us, what did you fly in for that also aligned with this filming?
Yes. So I flew in for the Goldman Sachs Black in Business. So 1 million Black women in business. I'm graduating on Tuesday from a 12-week program. So I'm super excited about that. I've also been selected as one of the leaders. So I'm leading the execs.
Come through.
Back in my corporate bag, leading the execs at Goldman Sachs and kind of showing them the results of the program. So yeah, we've really been able to scale my business through this program for just 12 weeks. It's been crazy. So
that is incredible. And I know you've been sharing a lot of that journey on social. So thank you for sharing.
If you're
that.
a Black woman and you have made at least $25,000 in your business, you should apply. It's called Goldman Sachs Black in Business. It's free, 12 weeks. They fly you to New York.
Yes.
Everything. They help you with funding, finance, investing. This is not a paid ad, but like it really did help me grow my business in just 12 weeks. So yeah.
I love it. Congrats. That's so exciting. And it just so happened to align that we were able to also meet in New York together to film this. And I can't believe it, girl. We are starting a new venture together and we're so excited to share it with you guys. Yes, girl, come through.
So excited. I know. When you were like, let's do a podcast, I'm like, the only person I will do a podcast with is Katrina Jo, period.
I'm here for it.
She's that girl. So like, I would not say no.
Thanks, girl. We were just talking about this earlier. Type A. Okay. If anyone is type A, I am definitely type A. And so Jakiya is just as organized and all the things. So between the two of us, if you want to talk about decks, Excel sheets, all of that, we got
project management, events, brand marketing experience.
Yes.
I feel like for us, it was really important just to come together and give the girlies the free smoke, the tea. Yeah. Because we've been on the inside, right, of working for some of the biggest brands in the world, building some of the biggest campaigns, activations in the world. Yeah. A lot of that is like gate kept and they're not telling you how it's done and then how you can apply it for your own business and entrepreneurial ventures. So that's why we are here.
Yes,
so
we are your brand girls. Yes. And speaking of that corporate bag, the backstory that we have with all these brands that we've worked with, I want to tell them how we met because
I love this story.
Yes, I love this story too. So it was Austin, Texas.
Yep.
Okay, so I have a history in marketing and branding. I've worked with Hennessy since 2010, so quite a while now, on different sides of the brand. I originally started on Hennessy and then Hennessy Black, and then I moved over to Grand Marnier Titanium, and then what is known today as Team Hennessy across the nation.
Period.
I was a Team Hennessy member for Los Angeles, and we had a summit in Austin, and I remember, they give us our agenda. Yes, our agenda. We have all these seminars, and Jakiya was on the seminar sheet, and we had a whole workshop with you, and it was so amazing.
Thank you, girl.
Yes.
Yeah. So funny story about that, right? So free smoke, tea, right? I teach this concept inside my brand boot camp called the sexy content method, SEXI. And it's just a way to learn how, to train yourself how to create content, because a lot of us are not natural content creators, but we have to create content to market our ventures, right? Sure. So an agency saw that and they were working with Moet, Hennessy, LVMH, and they were like, we need you to teach this inside our summit to our team Hennessy guys and girls. And I'm like, okay. So I say all that to say, like, something that you may be doing already in your brand or business, a company can pick up and then pay you to do it on the corporate side to get that corporate bag. And of course, I charge, accordingly.
Yes.
And I was able to come through and do that. And then one of the other things is, like, they really wanted it to be culturally relevant.
Yeah. Yeah.
We know what that means. And I saw on the agenda, like, I was one of the only Black speakers and one of the only women.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'm going to kill this. But I already did research on Katrina because they gave me, I don't know if you know this, they gave me a list of who's going to be who's going to be at the summit. And they gave me a list. And so I was creating the deck and I was like, I love this girl. I went through your Instagram. I'm like, she's that girl. Saw your background, dance, all the things. Thanks. And then I put you in the deck like 5 times. And in the revisions, they're like, you were favoring her in the deck too many times. I'm like, but she's a star. She's a star.
Thanks,
so
girl.
then when I saw you in the workshop, I was like, yeah, like she has something. Like you weren't even really talking and doing a lot, but your presence, your energy, it was like, yeah.
Thanks, girl.
She's it. And then it was just...
Yeah, we just kept in touch from there. And I feel like a lot of our lifestyle and also, there was synergy there with like marketing and branding. We ended up doing a podcast together, or not a podcast, excuse me, a panel.
Oh, yeah.
Together at Soho House in Los Angeles, which, also talked about entrepreneurship, marketing and branding. And like, it just kind of has aligned since then. And then, we reconnected also in New York. And I was like, girl, we need to do a podcast. And I think, too, the reason why I kind of gravitated towards you with that idea as well is because of what you are doing personally. It's authentic to you. You take it on the road anywhere that you go across the world. And if anyone is on tour, you guys, this girl is always on tour. And I love that she's able. Yeah, she literally just got back. But I love that she's able to do what she loves. She's able to still help people in business and marketing and all of that from any place in the world. So that is huge. Not everyone is fortunate enough to do that. So congrats on that.
Man, yeah.
And then when we were kind of just searching of like, what is the foundation of the podcast? What is the name? We were like, how is this like an open space for this?
Yeah.
Like, no one's actually tapped into this and is really touching on it. So
yeah, and that's another thing, right? Like white space. So what we'll bring to you with the brand bar is marketing terms, help you to understand like how those can apply to your own business, you as an entrepreneur. And white space is really important. Like who is out there doing what you're doing? And if not, there's like a white space and you can occupy that space. So Katrina and I are like, let's just own the market.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of people that are coming from the corporate side talking about branding and marketing. There's a lot of girlies who've blown up and built their brands and their podcasts, which is great, good for them. But they haven't had that corporate experience where you're sitting at the table with the execs, where you're budgeting multi-million-dollar budgets like you're doing, where you're putting on, national events, Dreamville, all of these things. Like, I feel like that information for aspiring and growing entrepreneurs and people who own brands, founders, especially women of color, Black women, like we need to hear those things because what I'm seeing is we're not charging enough. We're not making enough money. There's a stat that only 14% of Black women hit 100,000 in revenue a year, which is terrible. That's crazy, right? Yeah. And 1 in 7 will hit 1 million. So the stats are really low, but it's like because we're not playing the corporate game and the long game, and I feel like you know how to do that, but with tact and grace, where it's still professional, but we're also going to give you like the gems without making sure that you're doing it right and not misstepping, because a lot of people will misstep in corporate and then you get blackballed and it's like nobody wants to work with you. No one wants to hire you. So you have to do it in a way where it's like this dance, and I think you do it very, very well.
Thank you. And I think that also comes from we'll get into that in another episode, but my non-conventional background in marketing and business and all of that. But also when I was on the Team Hennessy side of things, I was on the agency side. So now going in the building and being on the brand side and knowing, both entities and how they work, I think that, we can provide a lot of insight there for, anyone who's interested in marketing, whether it is on the, agency creative side, but then also corporate like
brand
you said,
side.
brand side with the execs and on the client side. So
yeah, listen, I come from the brand side too, and I think it's a great perspective to have. So you guys, if y'all want the inside scoop, but let me tell you, when I was on the brand side, I won't say which brand. This was many moons ago, like 2016, and I wrote my first check from the brand I was working on to an influencer for one video. This was in 2016. We paid her $100,000 for one YouTube video for 60 seconds. And I said, okay, no. I am in the wrong industry. Like or I'm on the wrong side of the table, right?
Yeah.
So that for me, when I wrote that check to this said influencer who, I mean, let's be real, didn't even have anything that was that spectacular, but she was a beauty influencer popping at the time, whatever. That's when I knew, okay, we can really flip this and get this money and do it for ourselves on the other side as well as the brand side. So that's really what, and I have not dropped any of this information anywhere. Like I have so many platforms and products and everything, and I never talk about this. That's why I think the brand bar is so important, because we're taking you behind the curtain, giving you a sneak peek, and hopefully brands high. Sorry.
Yes. But I think too, with you saying that, like being on the brand side and seeing what the brand is looking for in those influencers, in those content creators, in those entrepreneurs, and being able to give those exact pointers of like, this is what brands are looking for. These are ways that you can approach them.
Because y'all are undercharging.
Yes. Or sometimes, whether it's with content or social or even pitch decks. I love a deck. Okay. We will talk about that as well.
We love decks.
Yes. I love a deck. I love a one sheet, all of that. So,
deck. D-E-C-K. Yeah. Just to clarify.
Yes, we do. We love pitch decks. I think, having that insight is clutch. So I'm
because
so
this
excited.
is the thing. Everybody wants to be a content creator. And I'm going to say this on episode 1. Like, everyone is a content creator, because if you have a brand or a business, you have to create content. But a content creator is not necessarily a brand, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have your brand, and then your action is to create content to market the brand. So when someone asks you, what do you do? Please don't say you're a content creator. We all are content creators. That is not a brand. I am the owner of the JBT agency, a marketing agency that helps Black women grow their businesses. That is my brand, right? And then I create content for that. So I think that's one of the number one mistakes the girlies make, is like, I'm a content creator. And it's like, no shade, no tea, but so is everyone else. And then you're not able to charge accordingly, because now you're just looking like all the other girls out there, and they're just going to send you free product and that's it. But approaching as a brand, you're making upwards 5, 10, 15, 20K a post or for a partnership, because now you're a brand and you bring that unique value. So those are some of the things that I also want to share with the girls, because it's like, stop saying you're a content creator, sis, please. Thanks.
And it's all about how you package it as well. Like how you market yourself, how you package it. It makes all the difference in the world for any brand or anyone that you're pitching to. So absolutely. Yeah. What's one of your favorite brands right now, girl?
Ooh, you know what? That's a hard question. Favorite brand? I won't even say favorite brand. Like, I think that Teyana Taylor is branding herself really well right now. So I believe you are the brand. I'm the brand. You're the brand. We are the brands. People buy from people. And you yourself can be a brand. And I think she's just branding herself really well. The content she's creating, she stepped away from Def Jam. She just did an interview with GQ on why she stepped away. And I know we're going to talk about pivoting, because you stepped away recently from several things. And it's like, people are saying, no, why'd she step away? Why are you quitting music? She really bet on herself and acting, and now she's blossoming, coming out. She with Aaron, Pierre, that's Mufasa. Like,
Yes. And literally I saw a video of them not too long ago, and she is fully in her feminine energy. And I love that for her.
Exactly. She's embracing ease, which we're all about.
Yes.
So for me, it's like the rebrand is just, whether it's intentional or not, like, it's elite. I love what she's doing. I can't wait wait to see the films that she's in, and then just like how she's going to take this to the next level.
I love that.
Yeah.
Yes, girl. Well, I have to say, I'm a little biased.
Yeah,
One of my
what's
favorite
your
brands.
favorite brand?
I'll have to say first, Hennessy. Okay.
Of course. Plug.
Yes.
Next time we need a little Henny.
Right.
Henny
Yes,
at the brand bar.
Yes. We do got some red wine today to match, the aesthetic and the colors of the brand bar. But we'll definitely get some Hennessy cocktails on here soon.
Period.
But Hennessy, I think, has done a lot of exciting things in the past 2 years with we got into festivals last year for the first time ever in the U.S., which was huge. We completely, if you haven't noticed,
that, girl.
Thank you. If you haven't noticed, we completely rebranded our entire Viz ID. So our colors, our logos, all of that is
so
new.
Good.
Yeah, thank you, which is really exciting. And shout out to the team for all of that, because I really feel what the team did with the brand in just a year. Some brands take 10 years to do.
Yeah.
So, it wasn't an easy feat at all, but I think it's, finally paying off and really showing.
It's so dope with the red cups.
Yes,
and
red cup
the summer vibes. Yes. And then, something else we can talk about and bring to the girlies is brand words and brand key terms.
Yeah.
Because again, I don't think people learn these things. We do because we're looking at the brand guides, the visuals. We have the stuff from Global, but the fact that they've now approved, correct me if I'm wrong, but Henny as a key
that was not
brand
approved.
term.
That was not approved for a long time.
Right. So if you don't know, for y'all listening, you have brand terms, you can only use certain words for certain brands. So Hennessy, you had to say it fully. And now you can use the word Henny in your brand marketing because the culture, they understand that.
They adopted, obviously Henny, and now we have an official cocktail trademarked Henny Rita, which
that's trademark.
Yes. So
trademark.
Yes. So that, a lot of changes in a short amount of time. But I also will say my second brand that I have just loved the way that they have shown up and kind of disrupted the market is Jack Mousse.
Yes.
I'm obsessed. Every time they come out with something, I'm like, who is on their freaking marketing team?
And how do I get on their marketing
team? Right. I'm like, who is doing this? Right. I'm like, they're stunt marketing, whether it's CGI, whether it's social, even they did the kind of banana lemon farmers market pop up in LA. They had
something in Italy, Amalfi Coast as well.
Yes.
They're
and
very experiential.
The large purses that they did on social that were riding through Paris and things like that.
Very dope.
They are very disruptive and go about things in a different way. And I really like that, they are a fashion brand, but they are literally marketing through food, fruit, colors. It's very
every
kind
aspect,
of
sensorial.
high-low.
Yeah,
where it still feels attainable. It still feels luxury, but very unexpected. And I'm obsessed with everything they do.
So what is obsessed as well? What could we take away from that if someone is listening and building their brand and it's I don't have that type of budget? What would you say, notes they can take away from Jack Mousse?
I would say you don't have to have a lot of budget to do something that's unexpected. And I think that you can find different things that you are possibly passionate about or that may go with your brand that, again, are unexpected. When you first think of luxury purses or luxury clothing, you're not automatically thinking food. You're not, and they're pairing.
So what are cross industries or adjacent?
Yeah. Or also things, experiential things that can bring your brand to life in a different way. They're bringing their brand to life, their luxury bags, their luxury fashion wear and all of that through sensory experiences. What can you feel? What can you see that complements things in their brand, their purses, all of those things that are very unexpected? You wouldn't think that. There's also brands that, you can see that fashion brands are doing cafe pop-ups.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's really
that are,
big.
That are very different than you may go into a YSL and you think champagne and you're thinking these things, but they have a cafe. You want to get some
the
coffee.
Dior Cafe, the LV Cafe.
And I think it all ties back to one of the things that I love about experiential is that I always try when creating experiences for brands is I always think of the senses. What is the person going to see when they walk into the room? What are they going to smell?
Because big one.
That is a big one that people don't always touch on when you walk into an event or an experience. What does that smell? Or they don't, they'll always remember that. What are they going to see? What are they going to smell? What are they going to touch? What are they going to feel? And what are they going to taste?
Yep.
And I feel like Jack Mousse has touched on all of that. whether you are actually attending in person or watching from social.
So what I'm hearing is tap into the five senses with your brand.
Yeah.
Even if it's on a small scale, what are they seeing, feeling, smelling, touching? Yeah, I just had an event in Dakar, actually. About 40 women showed up. It was a free event, sunset, brand mixer on the beach. We had the smell going.
Yes.
We had the cocktails. We had specialty cocktails. We had a rich auntie and a 9-to-5 hottie.
Yeah.
And then we had the feeling, like the breeze and all the things. So yeah. Period.
Yeah, all of those things tie into the full experience. And that doesn't always take, $1 million budget at all. You can do that, like you said.
Yeah, ours was like maybe $500 budget.
Yeah, you can go by the beach and curate, things with the atmosphere as well. And then bring in, if you want to do appetizers and things like that, whatever kind of fits with your brand. But I definitely think tapping into the five senses is key with curating brand experiences.
We love it.
Yes.
Well, there's your free smoke and the tea at the brand bar.
Yes.
Thank you, girl.
Yes. So we're super excited. Stay tuned for more episodes. We're going to share backgrounds about ourselves, our personal journey. We're going to have some amazing guests that will also touch on, their own marketing and branding journey as well.
Yes.
And we can't wait to share everything with you guys.
Yeah, we can't wait to meet you at the brand bar.
Yes. So pull up. Cheers. Cheers. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Bye. Thank you guys for tuning in to the Brand Bar podcast. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share with your brand besties.
And until next time, keep raising the bar and your brand.